All right, you're listening to Sports. I'm Connor Kirst.
I'm Jeremy Swartout.
And we start the show exactly the same every single week. And today, you know what? Evan James is not here tonight. He decided to be a jerk, and he's actually at Rite Aid right now.
He literally said, "Hey guys, I don't want to be mean or anything, but I hate you."
Pretty much, that's what he said.
And
he
I don't want
pretty
to
much quit the show.
He was like, "I quit the show for like the next couple weeks."
Yeah, well, next week he has a better excuse. He's going to Monday. Well, actually, no. Is that a better excuse?
Is going to Monday Night Raw a good excuse to not be on the show?
I feel like in a way it is because
I feel like it's exceptional. Like I'll accept the excuse, but I wouldn't say it's a good excuse.
Yeah, I would agree with that, honestly. So, I guess we're talking about the Buffalo Bills today.
Yeah.
That was the thing that happened yesterday.
I just really wish they would perform a little better. I think they're doing terrible this season. Kyle Orton is just horrible. Sammy Watkins is probably the worst rookie to ever be alive.
Definitely. You know, in all seriousness, though, I didn't even say that word right. In all seriousness, though, did you expect the Bills to be 5-3 at this point?
I don't know. Well, do you even remember what our predictions were?
No, that was a long time ago. That was a whole
What did I say? I think I said like 8-7.
9-7?
Yeah.
That was my prediction on the season.
Well, I think I said 8-7, and you corrected me to 9-7.
Oh, maybe that's
so
what
that's happened twice now because I can't do math.
It's all good.
I can't do math, but usually I'm the one pulling out the numbers on the show.
That's very true.
I don't even know what any of it means. I just say it.
Just pulling out the numbers and saying fair enough.
Nobody knows what it means. It's just provocative. Gets the people going.
Bum bump, bum bump, bum bump, bum bump, bum. Yeah, that's a great song. I love that song. You know me, I'm a huge Kanye West fan.
Oh yeah.
Not many people say that. I'm 100% serious about that.
I like the song. I like Kanye before he got weird.
Yeah, his music's getting a little strange.
Although his like strange musical that he made for MTV was kind of cool.
How did I not know about this?
He like made like a weird like movie, but it was kind of a musical. Like that, it was like a movie for his album.
Oh, was it for like Runaway a couple years ago?
Yeah.
I think I maybe did see a little bit of that. I didn't watch because it was 30 minutes long.
It was pretty weird.
He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Kanye if you're listening though.
K West.
My boy.
K Dog.
Yeah, he's my boy.
We hang out with him. Hit up the club scene with him.
Yeah, he'd be fun to do that with.
Him, Kyle Orton, Dan Carpenter, we're all really tight.
Come to think of it, there was actually a picture released today of Kanye West with Jay-Z. I mean, that's obviously predictable.
That's given, yeah.
But with Jay-Z and Paul McCartney. And Hilbert students, if you go to the comm lab, you'll actually see on two of the computers, this picture is the wallpaper. At least for me and one of our co-hosts / fans, Evan James.
Can you even say co-host / fan? Is he?
He started off as a fan. Then
Yeah.
he became a co-host, and now I guess he's a fan again.
He wouldn't stop stalking us, so we let him on the show.
Pretty much.
Wow.
That's what you get for not being here.
Took us
Evan.
about 4 minutes to get off topic.
Well, it's.
I don't even know why we
which
call
sports?
this show sports.
We might as well just call it off topic.
Yeah.
Off topic sports.
Off topic with Steely Dan and the Crazy Kids.
Huey Lewis in the news. And Evan, this is for you.
Are we about to come
Huey
up with
Lewis.
weird band names right now? Like
Jeremy and the Arizona boys.
Charlie Horseman and the Cowboys Who Mean Business.
I like it. We're gonna start a band. Okay, do you want to go into some sports though?
Yeah, probably. We
Yeah.
probably should.
Yeah, well, it's too early to be off topic.
Yeah.
So the Bills yesterday, they won a key game. I thought really, if you can go in the bye week at 5-3, it's on. The mic's on. I got you.
Like okay, the light is on. I didn't know my mic. Yeah.
You got earphones. You got them going through the thing, right? Can you hear it?
I think I can. Hello. It sounds kind of weird.
I can definitely hear it. Can you hear that better?
Oh yeah, now I can hear you.
Sorry, live stream listeners, because it's going to sound like we're talking really close.
Yeah, like we're really close to the mic right now. All right, next segment is just it's called Jeremy and Connor breathe really loudly into the microphone.
Are you a mouth breather or a nose breather?
What a strange question. Like, have you ever gone to the dentist and they ask you that?
Yeah, it's a weird question.
I went to the dentist once, and the dentist actually got mad at me. Like, she was like mad about it, like, because I kept fogging up the little like mirror stick thing that they put in your mouth, and she pulled it out and looked at the other dentist and goes, "He's a mouth breather." And I'm like, hey, what? Don't say that like I'm some kind of, like I have some kind of illness. Like it's like some disformity.
I feel like mouth breathing is against the social norms.
Is it though? Is it?
See, people, you never hear anyone saying positive about mouth breathers, do you? Then again, most people don't even cover this topic.
Like you're on a date and like they're just like, I couldn't help but notice you breathe out your mouth.
I mean, normally I try to breathe out my nose, but if your nose gets stuffy, you got to breathe out your mouth.
Yeah, well, it's like when you're chewing food and your nose is stuffy and you just like,
yeah,
there's a lot to chew, so you can't breathe out your nose, and you have to start like breathing and chewing at the same time. So it's kind of like
that. Now, that's got to be hilarious for people who just tuned in at that second. That just sounds so weird.
If you just tune in
oh my God!
We're
on a roll today.
This is the weirdest show we've ever had, but I think we've struck gold.
It's comic gold right here.
Oh.
Okay.
My phone's getting blown up by Snapchats. It's all the ladies.
So we got 7 minutes in. We've mentioned the Bills. I feel like we haven't said anything about the Bills.
Well, we said we hung out with Kyle Orton and Dan Carpenter.
We did say that.
So we said something about 2 Bills.
2 Bills.
2 chains.
True chains.
True life.
True religion. That's what 2 Chainz is all about.
Bad Religion. That's a punk band.
That's the thing. Yeah. Super bad. It's a great movie. What are we doing with
Superman? That's a hero.
Batman is better than Superman.
Batman killed Superman once.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he killed him, but he can.
No, he definitely. I think they fought.
They fight all the time.
The Dark Knight Returns, I think. Was that the comic book? It's like the one by Frank Miller. Did you ever read that one?
I don't. I was pretending I knew about comics, and now that you know about comics, now I feel really uncomfortable because I can't even like BS this right now.
It's like one of the most famous Batman graphic novels.
I just remember like there being like this huge deal about the cartoon special Batman versus Superman, but then they don't actually end up fighting. They're just like, oh wait, we're both superheroes. Let's do superhero stuff together. Together.
Isn't the new one supposed to have both Batman and Superman? With Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm surprised
Matt Damon's not playing Superman, but I guess that's kind of like 2004.
No, they got the other guy playing.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy's name.
It's whatever. I
don't like Superman.
No one does. I don't I've never met someone that would pick Superman over any other superhero. Like,
I mean, he's perfect. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of lame. Like, there's like, ooh, whoa, if we get this, what I don't get is like, kryptonite is supposed to be this really super, super rare rock, but for some reason, all of his villains have it.
Yeah, it's like that's his one weakness. Okay, this rock. Okay, whatever. What if they reimagined Superman as a crackhead, and his one weakness was crack rocks?
That would be
interesting.
Yeah,
because it would give him an extra layer because he'd be addicted to crack.
Yeah, well, I mean, Batman has lots of crack. He can afford it.
Probably.
So like, he'd just be like, "Yo, Superman, you want to smoke up real quick? Get him real high on crack, and then just destroy him, take him down, like lace it with kryptonite. He's done."
Boom. Let's make this happen somehow.
I don't think we can because it's not real, but... Well, crack's real. Crack's very serious and very real, but Superman's not real.
No, we could do like a skit or something where
Crack is whack, crack is cheap. That's a quote by...
Nancy Reagan?
No. You know, the lady, she sang... And I will always love
Whitney Houston?
you.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah. I almost said Celine Dion, but I knew that was wrong.
I was thinking Celine Dion. Because they sort of have that similar kind of... Yeah, far. It's, you know...
My heart will go.
Exactly. That's Jeremy Swartout, folks.
I'm so good at singing. You know, back when I lived in Austria, I was called the opera singer of my generation.
Okay, all right. Sure you are.
I'm not lying at all.
Yeah.
Totally being serious. Can't you tell by my accent? I've been told I have a very thick Austrian accent.
I mean, I don't know. Your last name is Swartout. Are you Austrian?
Oh, well, it's pronounced Swartvut.
Swartout?
Yeah. Jeremy Swartvut. That's not even close to being German accent or Austrian. What do Austrians even sound like?
Probably like Germans.
Ostriches? Do you think that, like, do they call Austrian sausage ostrich?
If not, they should. You listen to sports.
This has nothing to do with anything. See, this is why I have to take a break from the show, because I feel like anytime I'm on here, I influence everything but sports.
Yeah. Well, and plus on sports, we always get in these weird like tangents where we talk about random things.
Once it starts, it's just snowball effect. We're just going downhill.
So do you actually want to talk about sports?
We probably should.
I feel like we should.
That's why we're
here.
here.
There are things to talk about sports, especially
Yeah.
the Bills. All right, so the Bills won yesterday against the Jets. They're 5-3 going into the bye week, and it was a pretty darn good game. It was
really
enjoyable.
was. You know, I think a lot of people should be impressed that the Bills are doing as well as they did without C.J. Spiller and without... forgot his name. Fred Jackson.
Fred Jackson, yeah.
I almost said Frank Jackson, but that's not it. It's like his unfortunate brother that didn't make it into the NFL.
He's the Cooper Manning of the Jackson running backs.
Yeah. Cooper Manning.
Cooper Manning.
I'm always rooting for him.
Yeah, when is he going to break out?
Yeah, right? Yeah, like the Wahlbergs. Like Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg. They're both successful actors, and then they got their brother who, like...
They have a brother?
Yeah, well, that's what the show Wahlburgers is about.
I've never watched that show.
Like, he got his breakthrough. Where's Cooper Manning's breakthrough? He needs a restaurant or something.
Doesn't it feel like there should be a Cooper Manning reality TV show?
Something, yeah. Like, here's their less fortunate brother.
What is he doing with
like
his
really
life?
He's really
I would
average.
actually be interested
Do
in
you
what
think he plays football?
He used to, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a wide receiver, I believe.
That's probably why he didn't make it.
Yeah. Well, because just look at it. I mean, I don't want to make assumptions about Cooper Manning, but Peyton Manning and Eli Manning aren't the most athletic guys. You know what I mean?
I think Eli Manning's kind of athletic, but
he's not gonna run a 4.
They both have like kind of like beer guts.
Yeah, I mean they're not in like great shape or anything.
I mean Peyton Manning's helmet doesn't even fit on his head.
That looks like it hurts. His head is always super red. It's really funny.
Yeah, like after games, is like there's just that one giant vein coming down his forehead. He's like
that can't
super
be
red.
good. Like he should get a bigger helmet.
They don't let him. Maybe he plays better with a tight helmet on.
Maybe that's why he's so good because he's unreal.
Ryan Tannehill doesn't look like he fits in his helmet either.
He's got a big head.
Yeah, it's like a quarterback thing. Like quarterbacks just always have big heads.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, Kyle Orton doesn't.
He's got an average size head.
I like that he didn't play that well without facial hair. He shaved it, didn't play that well.
Mm-hmm.
He's growing it back now, and we destroyed the Jets.
We absolutely destroyed the Jets.
Do you think it has something to do with the facial hair?
Absolutely.
I wonder if like maybe the offensive coordinator was like, listen, you're in Buffalo.
You need
it's like
that facial hair
tradition to have some kind of facial hair.
Protect you, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even EJ Manuel's rocking the beard.
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine saw Kyle Orton at Spirit Halloween.
I saw that text that you sent me.
Yeah, I sent you a picture. Thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that he just like cool. I didn't even know he like hung out in Buffalo that much. Does he have a house out here?
He must. He's got to be living
Well, he's got to be
somewhere.
living somewhere. Yeah, I guess he probably doesn't just like stay in a hotel room like the entire season and then go home somewhere.
I mean, he's got a 2-year deal, so I'm assuming that he'll probably live here for a while.
Yeah.
And honestly, he might, if he plays well enough. He's playing really well.
Yeah.
Like if he plays well enough, he could be here for more than 2 years.
You know, I don't want to jinx them or anything, but I would say Kyle Orton's probably the best quarterback we've had in a while.
Since Fitzmagic, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not saying much.
That's almost insulting.
All right, so for right now, what we've seen, Kyle Orton, you might be right, because...
But I wouldn't say that Kyle Orton is like the number one reason the offense is doing well. I think...
Oh, you know who the number one reason is? Sammy Watkins.
Sammy Watkins is ridiculous.
He's unreal.
Yeah, well,
This guy is already so good.
This is speaking of like last game, like the game that just happened. He did really well, but we got to give it up for Chandler and Hogan
for the last game.
The last game, because especially Hogan, who played an amazing
was an insane
game.
catch. We didn't get to talk about this last week.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, me and Evan talked about it, but that catch was absolutely crazy.
Incredible. One of the best catches I've seen.
Yeah, I was so shocked when he made that. And Chandler made some good plays, especially after dropping that one. Then on 4th and 20, he just makes this great catch.
Yep.
I mean, that's huge.
That's 2 times this year, though, that the Bills have gotten really close to where I'm like, I can't believe they're going to lose this game. And then they pull through.
Yeah, they win it. And, you know, that's a good thing, honestly.
They didn't even really utilize Dan Carpenter that much that game either. Now that I think about it.
Much to my disappointment.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know where
I
he
just
was.
love watching field goals.
Maybe they're giving him a rest. I don't know.
I mean, Dan Carpenter, he's pretty much the heart and soul of the Buffalo Bills.
He really is.
I love Dan Carpenter. And Dan, if you're listening,
what's weird
Dan,
is I could there was sincerity in that I love you, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable.
Dan, if you're listening right now, we're on a first name basis.
Oh yeah,
it's
sure.
Okay that you missed that extra point yesterday. I really don't mind.
I was a little disappointed, but
we were already up by.
He made a 53-yarder, so I'm not gonna complain.
What did you think about Sammy's 84-yarder, where he started celebrating early?
That was hilarious, but it was all rookie mistake.
Was, yeah. It's gonna happen.
I think the tackle was kind of lucky, but
shout out to that guy for just staying in that play.
Yeah.
Because he really hustled to get after Sammy.
Yeah. But, a lot of the commentators were saying that it was because he kind of slowed down to celebrate, but I don't think that was it at all. The guy barely got him, he had to dive. And
Sammy was slowing down anyway.
Yeah.
Because he was getting close to the end zone.
Yeah.
I just don't think he knew he was there.
Yeah, I mean...
It was just a rookie mistake. He'll learn from it for sure. That won't happen again. And then you look at that 61-yarder by Sammy, and you can tell, when he's going full speed, and I don't even think we've seen him entirely in full speed yet. There's no one who's going to touch this guy really. Yeah, no. He's just insanely fast.
He holds onto the ball very well too.
He's got great hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Super good hands.
The only issues I've really seen with Sammy are just problems with the consistency, and that's going to happen as a rookie.
Yeah, no. I think yesterday was a good showing of that he's starting to kind of learn, he's kind of starting to break out of that rookie shell and kind of become a pro player. Give it up for Boobie Dixon for just trying.
Yeah. He that's never an issue with him. He's always trying.
He's a third string running back. He's not.
And he's
taking a lot of responsibility.
He didn't have a great game yesterday, but he did enough that it kept the Jets honest, and it also helped. It really helped us in the passing game, I felt, because Kyle Orton only had 17 passes.
Yeah,
and he was 10 to 17. What was it, 250 yards, 230 yards, something like that? 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. When
do you see those numbers? Those are Madden numbers.
When do you see those numbers for the Bills?
Yeah, exactly. If a quarterback's completing 10 passes for the Bills, you're thinking, okay, he's got 110 yards.
Yeah.
Or less, 90 yards.
You know what also, it brings joy to my heart to see that someone at the age that Kyle Orton is, he's been in the league for a while,
time, yeah.
To see him finally, getting the the chance he deserves to like really be a good quarterback is kind of awesome to see.
This is really the best supporting cast that's been around him, I think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it. Let's see. Denver, they had Brandon Marshall. He was good.
Yeah.
But, like, when he was starting in Chicago, who did they have? Like, Bernard Berrien was probably their top receiver. And
yeah.
Like, look at that guy.
It's almost like like the Bills finally have a team that's good, and they didn't have, like, an awesome quarterback. They threw Orton in, and it finally just, like, clicked. Like, they're like... The Bills' offense is what Kyle Orton has always needed, and Kyle Orton is the quarterback the Bills always needed.
Could be. You know what I actually like about Kyle Orton? He's not afraid to take a sack.
No, because he doesn't want to take the risk of throwing an interception or fumbling.
Yeah.
He would rather just hold on to the ball and just take the sack. And
I mean, he does have a couple fumbles this year, but
yeah,
like E.J. Manuel would try scrambling around, and sometimes that would work out okay.
Yeah.
Other times it just would not work out well.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kyle Orton knows when he's going to just get sacked.
Yeah.
He just takes it. He doesn't worry about it. I think that's a good trait to have because the Bills don't have a good offensive line. Mm-hmm. We've established this every single episode.
Yeah.
Like the Bills' offensive line is not good.
Although I think the offensive line this game did awfully
okay.
well. They let
fine.
4 through for a sack, but but
there were a couple plays where it was just really, really bad. Like
I think when it comes to running plays, they're still terrible. At least,
definitely.
Like Booby Dixon didn't have, he's not a fast guy, so you can't rely on him to get through people,
Yeah.
You need offensive linemen. Offensive linemen blocking for him.
Yeah.
Where I think during passing and stuff, they give Kyle Orton a lot of time.
On some of the plays.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, yesterday he had some time. Mm-hmm. Like, there's especially on, I think it was the 84-yarder. He had a ton of time on that one.
Yeah.
And he made a great throw, and then Sammy Watkins running after
and it's not like, I'm not going to give the Jets credit and say that they have an awesome defense because they really...
They don't.
They don't.
They have a good front seven, though.
Yeah. I think it's Bills' offense line works well against their defensive line because it's not like their defensive line is amazing.
I disagree with that. I think they have an amazing defensive line.
Really?
Muhammad Wilkerson was an All-Pro last year. Sheldon Richardson was Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I didn't see it yesterday.
And Snacks Richardson, Harrison.
Yeah.
Damon Harrison, he's pretty good too. I don't know. I think Muhammad Wilkerson is one of the best 3-4 defensive linemen in the league.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've watched him a lot. He's good.
I didn't think they really did well yesterday.
They didn't dominate us or anything.
No.
Rushing the passer.
But you know what I noticed is our offense had enough time playing that our defense didn't get tired out,
That's true.
And that's what we really need is because I don't think it's wrong to rely on our defense to keep us in the game, but we need to at least do good enough on offense that we can keep getting first downs and give them a break so they can rest up, especially against better teams. Like, next time we play the Patriots, it would be nice if we could actually, make
it... the ball.
Make it a couple drives, not just, one drive per half.
It's true we had a lot of 3-and-outs. We had a lot of times where we were running the ball twice and then passing and getting nothing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the offense did good enough to score 43 points. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
For the people who are saying that Nate Hackett should be quiet, just calm down, please. It's 43 points. We don't need to fire our offensive coordinator. We're 5-3.
Yeah.
Why would you fire your offensive coordinator? That doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense.
Give him the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting Sammy Watkins the ball. I think that's all that matters right now.
And, I've heard people accusing Doug Marrone of being a bad coach, which I don't see at all.
No, the Bills' record's almost 500 under Doug Marrone at this point. So that's better than Dick Duran. He wasn't good.
Yeah.
Chan Gailey, he wasn't good.
Chan Gailey was terrible.
He was bad. The 1 year with Fitzpatrick when we started off pretty good. That was
fine, but then Fitz broke every bone in his body and kept playing.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
No.
And then it just became too predictable because we were just spreading everybody out and weren't getting the ball to Spiller or Fred Jackson.
Yeah.
And
it seems like we have a lot of talent though when it comes to offense. Like Chandler, he's amazing. Awesome.
I wouldn't say amazing. He's good.
I think he's an awesome tight end. I think we can rely on him a lot.
He's definitely more reliable this year than he was last year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's improved. Robert Woods had a good game yesterday before he got hurt.
Yeah.
He was making some nice routes and stuff.
I think Hogan is
solid.
Like, I think he's like up and coming kind of like player, you know, like
he didn't do much yesterday, but
no, I think he's reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Watkins is reliable.
Yeah. Mike Williams is not bad either. He hasn't had a great year, but I think he's a talented player.
Yeah. I think when it comes to players like Chandler, Hogan, Watkins, I think they're really good when it comes to running the route. I think they're just really good at beating their defenders.
They are. And, you know, part of it, honestly, might be not so much with Watkins, but, learning from Stevie Johnson.
Yeah.
Because Stevie Johnson, say what you want about Stevie Johnson, but he can run a route.
Yeah, no, he was real
one of the best.
Rated beating his.
Because he just had
defenders.
such an unorthodox style.
Yeah,
he said he got that from like playing basketball and stuff, like a crossover type move. That's what that's what he called it. And he was the best guy for going against Revis, I thought. Mm-hmm. Like in the NFL, I thought he was the best player going against Revis. Call me a homer, whatever. But I just think.
Well, and it's like I'm trying to think of, you know, I think Greg. Or Greg's.
Chris Gregg?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's a great player, too. I think he's reliable. I feel like we don't
he doesn't play a lot.
We don't, but we don't have any, like, receivers that are, like people on offense, basically, that
aren't good.
That aren't good, yeah. You know, like, they all seem to be pretty good at their positions.
Like, even Lee Smith is doing something this year.
Yeah.
Like, he was mostly a blocker. Does he have one touchdown or two? I want to say he has two, but I'm not sure on that. Speaking of, he had a touchdown yesterday, and I thought that was a great play call.
Yeah, no,
play
that was
action.
Awesome.
He was wide open. They weren't expecting that at all.
No,
and
that's
awesome. Weird because that's like the second or third time that it's happened for the Bills this year. They do some sort of play action and throw it to a guy who's absolutely wide open.
No, I'm trying to think of what his name is. Not Hogan.
Goodwin?
Not Chandler. No.
Is he a white guy?
Yeah.
Lee Smith, maybe?
No, I can't think of his name.
Do we have any white receivers other than that? I don't know.
Hogan. I had him in my head, and then I, totally lost him.
Is he a wideout?
What?
Is he a wideout, or Marcus Easley?
I don't know.
Oh, he said he's white. I don't know.
Oh, there's Chandler. Hogan. Why can't I think of who it is?
Great listening right here. For the
he made big plays 2 games ago, and I just cannot think of what his name is.
Kyle Orton?
No. Oh God.
Are we talking about the Bills?
Yeah.
I don't know then.
I want to say he plays tight end.
Well, Lee Smith is our tight end. He's a white guy with a beard.
No, he kind of looks like Hogan, and he also kind of looks like Chandler. It's weird. They all 3 of them look alike. Maybe I'm just making someone up.
I don't know who you're talking about at all. Dan Carpenter?
What the heck is his name?
Colton Schmidt?
No. Oh, God. I'm going to have to look it up because I can't even think of his name right now.
Should we move on for now and then just
Yeah.
Okay.
Just start talking about something else and I'll look it up.
How about that Bills defense yesterday? That was insane. 6 turnovers.
Yeah, wow. I couldn't even believe it.
That was great. I love watching that.
I think they had some trouble with Vic when Vic first came in.
Yeah.
Because I think they were just like, oh, we weren't prepared for this. But then, once they kind of got used to it, after the half,
definitely
they came back and, they knew what to do.
Absolutely. The Jets' offense looked somewhat good with Vic for a little while. But in the second half, we were shutting him down. He wasn't running anywhere too much. And the Bills actually gave up 175 rushing yards yesterday. Mm-hmm. But Michael Vick had 70 yards of rushing.
Yeah.
And then Bilal Powell, who I think is a decent player. I don't know why he doesn't get more playing time. Had 30 yards in the last drive. So
yeah. I just, the Jets have been doing terrible. So, my thought the entire game was, if the Bills lose to them right now, I'm not watching them the rest of the season because...
Yeah. If the Bills had lost that game, that would have been
But
rough.
I think the problem was that it was Geno Smith. Well,
when you throw 3 interceptions that early on in the game...
In the first quarter, he Was it 3 turnovers or was it more? Well, caused by him.
I don't remember if he had a fumble or not. He definitely had the 3 interceptions though.
He did. I think he did fumble at least once.
Oh wait, no, because Vic had 3 turnovers and Gino had 3 turnovers.
All right. Wow, I can't.
Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out.
So you got to think that the Jets will go Vic for the rest of the season, or at least
for
the next few games.
For passing attempts, he went 18 and 36. I guess that's not amazing.
He wasn't good passing the ball.
50%, but he's still and only 153 yards.
Yeah,
he threw an interception, no touchdowns. Really, I thought he threw a touchdown. I don't know. Thought I'm giving him. I feel like in my head I'm giving him way more credit than.
I mean, he wasn't terrible.
Deserved.
Exactly. Yeah, he wasn't good.
I mean, Geno Smith was 2 and 8.
Yeah, Geno Smith had one of the worst games
threw
I've seen.
5 yards.
Yeah, and he was missing people left and right. It was like a. I don't want to diss EJ Manuel, but
you know who?
It looked a little bit of EJ Manuel-y.
Yeah, you know who actually was carrying the team was Ivory.
He was fine.
I think he was doing. Him and Vic. It seemed like it was him and Mike Vick versus the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of the plays were.
Eric Decker didn't really do anything in this game.
No,
he only had 30 yards or something like that.
I don't even know. Is this pronounced Amaro?
Oh yeah, Jason Morrow. He's a rookie.
Yeah,
I thought he was pretty good. I thought
he caught 5. That's weird. Oh well, that's why he's up at the top for number 1 receiver. He had 51 yards. Decker received 7 passes, but only went 40 yards.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, really.
They're paying Eric Decker a lot of money.
Terrible.
They're paying Eric Decker a lot of money to be a really average receiver.
Yeah.
And you got to think with Eric Decker that it had to been a Peyton Manning thing. I mean, I don't think he's bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at Emmanuel Sanders right now with the Colts, the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
He's got almost 800 yards. He had 3 touchdowns in their last game.
Yeah.
And he probably never got over 700 yards in Pittsburgh.
No.
So Peyton Manning is just unreal.
Who did? Now I can't even think of who the Bills played 2 weeks ago.
Was it the Lions? I have it on my keys.
Was it the Lions?
The Bills played New England 2 weeks ago.
Not 2 weeks, like the last game.
Oh, Minnesota.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was wasn't a great game, honestly.
No, it really wasn't. It was.
Were you there for that show?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Was that? Oh, that was the last show, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we only won by
1 point.
Field goal. Right. No,
I hate watch. I hate.
Point.
I didn't hate watching that game, but I hate watched that game.
Yeah.
So meaning when I was watching it, I did not enjoy what I was seeing.
No.
Until the end. Then the last 2 minutes were awesome.
I mean, Bridgewater did pretty terrible.
He wasn't very good.
No.
He got a little bit better towards the end, I thought, but
he went 15 and 26. I mean, it's a little better than 50%, but
yeah.
157 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
I feel like Minnesota doesn't have a whole lot around him. I thought Jerick McKinnon, their running back,
yeah,
I thought he was good, but beyond that, I mean, Patterson, he's got a big name. Everybody knows who he is, but
yeah.
In terms of being a wide receiver, he's not that great yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg Jennings is over the hill, I think, for the most part. And that offensive line just, I don't know, hasn't been playing good. Minnesota's a train wreck. They beat Tampa Bay yesterday, but Tampa Bay's they're a joke.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, oh my God. People have had hopes for this team for the last couple of years.
I don't even remember the last time I even talked about Tampa Bay and been like, Tampa Bay's doing good.
Like Warren Sapp, maybe.
Yeah.
Derek Brooks. That used to be my number 2 team.
Wow.
Now it's the Carolina Panthers.
Oh.
So I jump ship into another division there.
My second favorite team will always be the Cleveland Browns.
They're the Lake Erie brothers.
They feel the same struggle the Bills have always felt.
Yeah. The problem is whenever we play the Browns, I just I hate those games, so I don't like the Browns too much.
Oh, it's always I feel like it's the most boring.
It's always the worst.
It's always the worst game to watch because it's always in the worst time of winter. It's always snowing so much.
Low scoring.
Everybody's just slipping all over the field.
Yeah. definitely.
Yeah, it's always like the winning number is always like one of us just gets a touchdown and a field goal or
Pretty
a
much.
PAT and that's it.
I remember there was one year where I think the Browns beat us 6-3. It was back when they had Jamal Lewis. There was snow all over the place. It was a terrible game. Actually, I do want to talk about the Buccaneers real quick for some reason. I don't know why. But if you're a fantasy football owner, don't have anyone on the Buccaneers. They will ruin your dreams.
Yeah, I don't know why you would even...
I don't know why either. I traded for Vincent Jackson earlier in the year. That was stupid. I traded Fred.
That's a terrible idea.
I traded Fred Jackson for Vincent Jackson. I know it's bad, but I thought Vincent Jackson
If you
was better.
actually owned a team, like, I would be worried.
Yeah, maybe. And I drafted Doug Martin. I thought he'd be better this year. And I also had Spiller, so not doing good at running back right now.
No.
I think I picked up McKinnon and Bradshaw, though. Ahmad Bradshaw. Who's having a great year, Ahmad Bradshaw. Wow.
Yeah. You know who I haven't really heard about as much as I would think I would hear about this year is Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, he's been quiet. There was talks that Marshawn Lynch was maybe on his way out in Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Seattle, I feel like, isn't even like...
They're 4-3.
Yeah, they're not really the team that they were.
No, it's a Super Bowl hangover, I think.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And you know, trading Percy Harvin is just weird.
Yeah.
I don't think we've actually talked about that Percy Harvin trade at all. We haven't even touched on Percy Harvin.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about this since that we just played Percy Harvin. I thought the problem with Percy Harvin is that no one knows how to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Like, Seattle was just doing bubble screens to him, and at the end of the day, that becomes really predictable.
Yeah.
And teams can game plan against that and stop that. And then they have him running like jet sweeps, all that. I mean, sure, that can work some of the time, but if you do it too often, you're going to stop that. That's what the Bills did yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, Percy Harvin was not really a factor. He had 50 yards on offense. He did good in the returns, other than that one. That one return was weird, with T.J. Graham laying on the ground. Did you see that? It was like Percy Harvin's 1 yard return.
Oh. No.
They were trying to do some trick play, I guess. Didn't work at all. Like, the Bills just, boom, got him.
Yeah.
But, honestly, like, what do you think Seattle's thinking with trading Percy Harvin? I've heard, like, rumors that he was sort of like a bad influence in the locker room, sort of upset about how he's being used.
Maybe. I'm trying to read more about him right now on NBC Sports, but really it's talking about Stephon Gilmore having good coverage.
He was really good, I thought, yesterday.
Yeah.
He had a great interception. And really, the Bills shut down the pass, which is good because earlier on in the season, we were struggling a bit against the pass.
Yeah.
Now we're sort of struggling against the run, I guess. But overall, I thought the Bills' defense was really good yesterday.
Yeah.
Especially in the second half.
I mean, this article's not helping at all. It's just talking about him walking,
I think the general idea...
because he might have been hurt. But
Harvin? Or Lynch?
Harvin. They said he might have gotten hurt...
he gets hurt a lot.
Trying to tackle Gilmore after
the interception?
Yeah.
Could be.
There was that one play, though, too, where he was open, and
Geno missed him?
Geno threw it so far over him.
Yeah. I just don't know about Percy.
I feel like that's the fastest I've ever seen a quarterback get taken out of a game.
Yeah, that was quick. Usually they'll let him play a half.
Yeah, like they were just like, no, you're done.
Well, they were probably thinking, look, we're really lucky right now that we're not down by 21 or 28 points or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if we put in Michael Vick, we'll do something.
We might as well throw Vick in. Which, I mean, I'm surprised Vick wasn't starting. Because, like, it seems like an obvious choice.
Well, Geno was actually pretty good against the Patriots a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I thought he looked pretty good. And then just came against the Bills, and I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah. I would never say that. Like, New England's definitely got a good defensive line, but I don't...
They're not dominant, though.
I think that the Bills have a better defensive line than they do.
Oh, I don't even think that's a question.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots have a much better offensive line.
Yeah,
than the Bills do.
That's like what their strong point is, and that's probably why the Jets were able to, or Geno was able to do so well against them.
Yeah, I don't know though. I feel like Geno Smith, I feel the same way about Ryan Tannehill. Watching these guys play, I just don't know how good they are.
Yeah, it's hard to say because
sometimes they look good.
Neither of them really play for teams where they can really show
what they can do.
Because
I think Ryan Tannehill is really physically talented.
Yeah.
I think they maybe try to go deep a little bit too much, and that's not his strong point.
I don't know if that's it. I almost feel like it's kind of like how the Bills with EJ Manuel, like their offense was just not the kind of offense that EJ played. EJ is more of like I wouldn't say he's more of a Michael Vick kind of player, but he's kind of like, he's kind of like RG3 or something, not as good, but like that same style of like quick passes or just run the ball,
Yeah.
Where he's not like a really like where Kyle Orton is like an old-fashioned quarterback. I think Tannehill's kind of an old-fashioned quarterback on a team that doesn't really play old-fashioned.
The thing with Ryan Tannehill is he's also really athletic, though.
He is, because he started pulling that on us when we played them, but it only worked like once or twice.
Well, we also, we destroyed the Dolphins' offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
The last couple of years. Mm-hmm. We've done really well against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We're 3-0 against them in the last 3 games.
I almost think they should question the Dolphins coach, but
I think so. I think after this year, if they don't improve this season, I think he's gone.
I was
shocked that he was still there after the whole Jonathan Martin thing.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised that Rex Ryan is still a coach for the Jets. He doesn't do that amazing. Like, the Jets don't do amazing every year,
I feel like Rex Ryan isn't the problem, but he's going to get fired.
Yeah.
I think Rex Ryan is actually a really, really good coach.
Yeah.
But I think this team is just
also
not
a weirdo.
built. He is a weirdo. We established our second episode, actually. He has a tattoo of Mark Sanchez on him.
And there's that weird foot video with his wife.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I don't want
to see it, no.
It's pretty strange.
But anyway, I think that team is just built not good.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it. I don't think their offensive line is good.
Yeah.
Right now, they're not looking too good at quarterback. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Michael Vick is okay at this point of his career, but I just don't know about Geno at all.
Yeah.
I don't know one way or the other about him. Mm-hmm. And then, their defense, they have a good defensive line. Their linebackers are pretty good at stopping the run. But they have no one who can really get to the quarterback too much.
It didn't seem like they really had a good,
secondary?
Maybe it's just because our offense has a lot of reliable receivers and tight ends and such that maybe that's why they had trouble covering.
Well, they lost D. Milliner, who was their first round pick last year.
Yeah.
For the season. They don't have Revis anymore, obviously. Mm-hmm. They haven't had Revis the past couple of years.
Yeah.
They were starting Antonio Allen and Darren Walls.
Yeah.
The only reason I've heard of those two guys is from Madden.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign.
Yeah, right.
If you haven't heard of these two players that are starting for you, that's not good.
Yeah.
And we watch the Jets twice a year at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, even more actually.
Yeah.
Because those games are usually on when the Bills aren't on.
Yeah.
So that's not a good thing for the Jets. I don't think their secondary is good at all.
No.
No one on that secondary really looked good to me. Because look at it. The Bills they attempted 17 passes. Mm-hmm. Orton completed 10 of them.
Yeah.
He had 238 yards. That's 20 yards a pass. Well, not 20 yards a attempt, but 20 yards a completion. 23 yards. Sammy Watkins had 2 plays over 50 yards. One of them he celebrated on. Mm-hmm. Actually, the guy who tackled him, I don't think is even a defensive back. Based on his number, I don't know.
Yeah.
His name is
not sure.
Salim Hakim.
I didn't even recognize him, really.
Number 15, he was playing defensive back on that play.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
They need to get somebody. They never should have got rid of Revis. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay shouldn't have gotten rid of Revis either. Why would you get rid of a player like that?
He's just some misfit player or something that just always gets tossed around team to team for whatever reason.
He's playing great with the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
I think
I've never heard of someone playing bad with the Patriots, but
yeah, pretty much. Almost no one goes to the Patriots and plays bad. Yeah. And if they do, they're gone.
Yeah,
they're gone the next week.
Yeah.
They just don't mess around at all. Let's see. Any other thoughts on this Bills game? I don't even know. I think we covered it pretty well.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised the Bills didn't throw the ball even more in this game, though, because we were doing it so effectively.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it was just because
I think it was game plan.
I don't think they wanted to overdo it because I think they just didn't want to be predictable.
And they didn't want to make mistakes.
Yeah. I think the Bills are a team that can play conservative where it's not like a bad thing, you know? Like there are teams who are conservative where you're like you need to take more risk. Where it's like the Bills are conservative but they take risks at the same time. So it's like Kyle Orton was throwing some risky passes where I was like, oh no, this is going to be an interception, you know?
Yeah.
But then Sammy Watkins would catch it like out of the air,
Like I think Sammy Watkins and Kyle Orton are definitely on the same page right now.
Yeah.
That's a good.
They're clicking like Fitz and Johnson right now. They got like that Tom Brady and
everyone. Just Tom Brady with everyone.
Well, when the Patriots played us, Tom Brady was passing to one guy, and it was, I can't think of his name. He's like
Gronkowski?
Yeah. I was thinking hockey. I kept wanting to say Grigorenko, but he's a hockey player for the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah. I mean, Gronkowski just a Bills killer, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, him and Tom Brady, they were clicking that entire game against them, and he was the only one making big plays for the Patriots.
He had a great game yesterday, Gronkowski.
Yeah.
I was playing someone who had Gronkowski in fantasy.
Wow.
And they also had Golden Tate, who had 150 yards and a touchdown. And they had Peyton Manning. And everyone on their team scored like 20 points. I'm losing right now like 170-70.
Wow.
It's a joke. I'm so mad. And my team is loaded. I've got Phillip Rivers. I've got LaShawn McCoy, who's not actually doing that good this year, but he should have been. DeMarco Murray, the best running back in the league. Des Bryant, Randall Cobb. Jordan Cameron's my tight end. Okay, whatever. But still, that's a good team right there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be 2-6 in that league.
I don't know. Who do you hate more? This is like they're two different players, but they both have the same kind of cocky attitude. Who do you hate more, Gronkowski or Watt?
Gronkowski.
Really?
Patriots.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's my only reason.
Because I almost hate J.J. Watt.
If J.J. Watt was on the Patriots, I would hate him so much.
I would hate him a lot.
I would love to have J.J. Watt, though.
Yeah.
So I can't fully hate the guy because he's an amazing player.
He's an amazing player, yeah.
Like he's unreal.
Like a white Ray Lewis.
But way bigger and a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And he's got the arm thing. Remember our theory a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, no, it's because he's got a robot arm. Anybody who has one of those.
Gronkowski's got that too.
I'm telling you.
You're right.
It's a sign.
I actually liked Ray Lewis though.
Yeah.
I mean, despite
no one didn't like Ray Lewis.
Despite all like the allegations of murder and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I always thought Ray Lewis was a fun player to watch. Also a crazy person.
They're just allegations.
That's true. That's true.
It's just like
Free OJ.
Law and Order. Nothing. No one's guilty until proven in a court of law.
Oh,
is right?
I don't know.
Did I say that backwards? Like, no, that wouldn't make sense. Like, it's not like you're not court of law until you're proven guilty.
I don't know. I don't watch Law and Order ever. People are obsessed with Law and Order, especially SVU. Never understood the appeal.
I'm more of a CSI guy, but
I don't really like CSI. I'm more of a cable guy, I guess, with Walking Dead.
Yeah, well, I definitely watch Walking Dead. Walking Dead's like number one.
And I didn't watch it this week.
I don't understand how Walking Dead has not been nominated for Emmys or anything.
People probably dismiss it just because it's zombies.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's zombies, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's under the category as a drama, though. That's what's crazy. It's not. Well,
that's the hardest.
Like horror
that's the hardest category.
Yeah, but they're like literally the number one. They get more ratings than any other TV show on right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like if you watch Breaking Bad and Walking Dead, wouldn't you say Breaking Bad's a better show?
No.
Really?
No, I love Walking Dead.
You must really love Walking Dead.
I really do. But I loved zombies before it was even on, so it's like my dream come true.
Hipster alert over here.
That makes no sense. Okay, I guess it does.
I like zombies before they were a thing.
No, you know what I meant.
Yeah, I feel you.
I go back to the Night of the Living Dead days, even though that came out in like 1950s, or 60s. Who knows?
Something like that. They're the same decade.
I almost forgot I'm not wearing a video game headset. Like I thought I had a headset on, but I don't.
Oh yeah, you're way far away from the mic, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now you're too close. It's almost uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's getting a little inappropriate.
Oh God. Now the podcast listeners won't understand how creepy that just was.
Well, I don't even know if they'll even hear us breathing, will they?
Probably not. What's going on here? It's
these
just
weird
complete
silent
silence.
breaks. Oh man.
All right, I want to talk about something else, Bills related, real quick. Well, not real quick. It can be for the rest of the show if you wanted. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't even think I need to explain that, but.
Well, I mean, like the rest of the show.
Sometimes when you talk,
the rest of the show could be like from like now and then until like 10 minutes from now, or from now until 6:30,
or maybe 7 if you forget about you have to leave at 6:30.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep you updated if you don't update yourself. Now I feel like we're getting off topic just by talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Huey Lewis.
I'm gonna talk in a radio voice.
Hi, I'm Axel.
This is Axel with Metal and Sundays.
Brought to you by Mountain Dew. Dew the Dew.
Brought to you by Doritos.
We've done this before, but we don't care because we recycle our material.
Brought to you by Skechers. Feel it in your feet.
Brought to you by
PlayStation 2. The revolution of gaming is here.
Brought to you by
Nesquik. It tastes good. It's healthy.
Brought to you by Snack Pack. It's not yogurt. It's Snack Pack. Okay, I'm done.
Brought to you by Danimals. It's yogurt with animals in it.
Danimals, those are the drinkable yogurts, right?
Well, there's Danimals normal yogurt and Danimals drinkable yogurts.
Well,
I think they're called Drogurts.
I sort of feel like you'd be a foo-foo lame if you
We're using that term on the show now.
Yeah, we can use foo-foo lame. That's fine. If you didn't get the drinkable yogurts. I actually had those like a year ago. Not as good as I remember. Okay then.
I mean, I haven't had them in a while, so nothing I'm about to say is going to be relevant.
Next week we're gonna drink Danimals on air. Does that sound like a plan?
That sounds like an awesome plan. Although Evan's not going to be here, he's going to miss it.
You know what? We should just do a recorded show next week. You know why? Because one, we won't be talking about the Bills, so who knows what we're going to talk about. So maybe we should just do a recorded show next week.
We can just take the whole segment to talk really close to the microphone and...
Talking really close to the microphone. Stop.
Let's see how long this can last.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's so creepy. Oh my God. That is the creepiest thing.
All right, that's a good place to end it.
No, well, I want to talk more about the Bills. Let's stop the creepiness of talking really close to the microphone and breathing into the microphone.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So anyway, since the Bills are halfway through their season, why don't we talk about what's ahead? All right, let's do one thing first. Offensive MVP for the Bills on the count of 3, because I know it's going to be the same person. And we'll do a special teams MVP, so we'll know that'll be the same person as well.
Okay.
On the count of 3 for offensive, 1, 2, 3, Sammy Watkins. Boom.
I almost wanted to say Kyle Orton because I knew you were going to say Sammy Watkins.
I just think Sammy Watkins is just like the entire offense right now.
I wouldn't, I think Sammy Watkins should get Rookie of the Year, but...
Oh, I think so as well. I think the only one... Offensively, the only one that's contending maybe would be Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah.
From Carolina, but I think I don't know if he's played that much recently because he had a concussion a couple weeks ago. And I just think Sammy Watkins just when you watch him is a better player.
Yeah.
And he's more exciting than Kelvin Benjamin because he's sort of Benjamin's sort of like a big like lumbering type receiver, more of a red zone guy.
Yeah.
So I think Sammy Watkins, as long as he stays healthy, will be.
Oh, why'd you gotta say that? Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Okay.
It's not wood, but knock on that wood for me. Thanks. I hope that's wood.
It's close. It looks like it.
It's plastic that looks like wood. Why don't we talk about plastic that looks like wood for a second here? What's your opinion on that? I'm joking. Don't talk about that.
What?
Okay. Defensive MVP. I've got two guys in mind. So we won't do this on the count of three because it might be different. I think the two best defensive players for the Bills this year have been Marcel Darius and Jerry Hughes.
I can agree with that. Although, I think McKelvin has stepped up.
That's weird to me. Because I feel like McKelvin isn't that good.
I think, actually, not like Spikes does a lot, but I think that Spikes kind of almost leads the defense. Like he almost seems like when they're out there, he seems like he's the one pumping them up and stuff.
Spikes and Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams is...
Mario Williams is having a good year this year, too.
I feel like pretty much the whole defense could contend for being, like, the best defenseman.
Like, the only guy that I would say...
Bradham's pretty good.
Bradham's been really good. Yeah. He's always fired up, Bradham.
Yeah.
To a fault, though. He had 4 penalties yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he's fired up. Yeah, just open your Snapchat right in the middle of the snow. The snow.
The snow? I didn't know that was going to be a video.
Yeah.
I can replay it real quick.
Well, why don't you wait,
I'll get away from the mic.
Well, you don't know what's going to be said on it.
Look up the vine, a potato flew around my room.
Oh, I saw that. I saw
that vine.
That's a weird Snapchat.
Yeah. I don't know why they couldn't just text that to me, but...
That would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to whatever we were talking about.
I don't remember. Oh, Nigel Bradham had 4 penalties yesterday.
Yeah.
I think Preston Brown's been good.
Last game, though, Hughes had, 100, so...
Oh, and that penalty a couple weeks ago against the Patriots, where Hughes hit the back of one of the Bills players and they called unnecessary roughness. It was 3rd down. We made a stop.
Yeah, unnecessary roughness on your own teammate. That makes sense.
Or it was either that or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah,
either way, it was a stupid penalty.
Well, there was that dumb taunting penalty we got yesterday. I don't know if you noticed that. One of the defensemen got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anything on that. There was another taunting penalty on Michael Vick, which made no sense either.
Yeah.
I think the NFL needs to ease up on penalties. Just
yeah,
in
right.
general. It's come on. Unless something's really
the NFL just hates anything that has to do with being having fun.
Yeah, especially
if you play for the NFL. Yeah.
Do you remember back in 2004, when Steve Smith, Joe Horn, Chad Johnson, T.O., all these guys were doing all these crazy celebrations.
Yeah.
And you'd be waiting every week to see highlights of what crazy thing they did this time.
Yeah.
I used to love that. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of that.
I mean, does it really take away from the game? I don't know. I don't think it does. Does it show bad sportsmanship?
Just
maybe.
Another reason Goodell should be fired.
Yeah, I don't like Goodell.
No.
Not a fan. I feel like that storm has sort of quieted down a little bit, but
yeah,
not a fan of Goodell. All right, special teams MVP. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Dan Carpenter. Oh yeah.
Schmidt.
Dan Carpenter Schmidt?
No, Schmidt, the punter.
He's been pretty
Gay,
good.
The kicker.
I was worried there for a second. And then I remembered, wait a second, we do have a kickoff specialist named Jordan Gay.
It's an uncomfortable name to say without saying his first name. If you think about it,
yeah.
Just bring it up and Gay was doing really good the other day.
That's true. That's true. My voice just cracked like I'm 12. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you think it's time to, Okay, season predictions. Let's do that, actually.
All right.
I'm going to go through the schedule that I have in my keychain here.
All right.
Next week, the Bills are on a bye. I'm predicting a win.
Yeah.
You can't lose on a bye.
No.
The week after that, Kansas City. And that's going to be a home game. I think that's a winnable game.
I think it's winnable. It's going to be a tough one for the Bills.
It will. Because Kansas City's just like a solid all-around team. They don't do anything particularly well, other than maybe Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
And I think they have a good pass rush. So that might be a problem for the Bills.
Although, you pass rush, against the Bills defense.
Bills offensive line, you mean?
Yeah. I don't think that's... Okay, yeah,
I feel like it
could be a problem.
Yeah, we still have a rookie right tackle.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
And also, Eric Pierce is a thing that's going on.
Yeah.
He's not good.
Yeah.
He's pretty awful. Although I was glad that the Bills went back to Craig Arabic. I don't know why he wasn't starting in the first place.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense because he was at least decent for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Then we got Miami at Miami Thursday night.
I think that'll be a win.
I hope so because we've done really well against Miami.
I don't see why it wouldn't be a win.
I think the Bills will be really pumped up for that game.
Yeah.
Because it's like our only opportunity on prime time.
We didn't even have Kyle Orton in for the first time.
No, we didn't. We beat him with EJ.
Yeah. And that was the game where we won.
Good too.
That was Dan Carpenter's game pretty much, right? Was that
No. That was the Lions game that I would say was Dan Carpenter's game.
Oh, yeah.
Although Dan Carpenter did have quite a few field goals in that game, if I remember.
Well, I'm saying, because remember, it was like the first 3
Yeah, it might have been.
points we put up were all field goals.
Yeah. Then we play the Jets again, at home. I think at this point...
If we can beat them away.
Yeah, I think we can beat the Jets twice.
Yeah.
They might want to come back a little bit and not be embarrassed, but it's at home. The Bills have a good home field advantage, I feel.
Yeah. Well, our crowd is always...
Crazy
and pumped.
Cleveland, they're pretty good this year, I think.
But I feel like the Bills usually have, just because it's Cleveland, for some reason...
Struggle.
There's just always that, neither of us are, we're, the same team or something,
Yeah. It feels like that a lot.
Yeah. So I would say that one. I would say I'm
That's
undecided.
Denver. Not feeling good about that one.
About it.
Let's not even talk about that one. I'm not looking forward to that game at all.
Yeah.
It's going to be 50-0.
Although, do you think that maybe our defense can give enough pressure to...
No.
No, not at all.
Peyton Manning doesn't get sacked. When was the last time you saw him get sacked?
Fair enough. Last game. He got sacked once, I think.
Well, okay, once. That's one time. Prove to me that he's gotten sacked other times in his career. All right, Green Bay. They've been up and down. I have no idea with them. And we've done good against the NFC this year.
Yeah.
So, but Aaron Rodgers.
Green Bay hasn't been, performing at their best this year, I don't think, at least. They've been doing good, but not, I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be a tough game, I think. Oakland.
I think we'll beat Oakland.
I don't want to guarantee
Has anybody lost against Oakland yet?
No. I don't want to guarantee a win against Oakland, but that's looking like the Bills would win that game.
I'll give them a 99.9% chance of winning.
I hope so. That's the type of game that worries me.
Yeah.
And then New England. I would love so much for the Bills to beat New England Week 17.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Not so sure.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I think if
CJ Spiller might be back at that point.
Yeah.
There's talks he could be back Week 16. I think that's when he's eligible to come back anyway. New England, I don't know what they'll be playing for. They might be playing for a bye. Who knows? They might be not playing for a bye. It really depends.
I think for that game, it'll be more about just it'll all be a build-up. If the Bills can do what they did yesterday and play a good, strong offensive passing team like they did.
And force turnovers.
For all of the next couple games leading up to the Patriots, I think they will be ready to beat the Patriots.
I hope so, because
if we can force Tom Brady to make terrible decisions, that'll be the game.
Yeah.
That's what we'll have to try to do, I think.
And that's just the hardest thing I think.
I don't think we really have a bad time playing offense against them, really.
Yeah, not so much. And if Sammy Watkins can figure out how to beat Revis,
yeah,
I mean that'll be big because Sammy Watkins didn't put up big numbers against Revis obviously at all. He got pretty much shut down. But he still had 2 catches for like 30 yards.
Yeah, I realized we really relied on Chandler that whole game.
Which isn't a great strategy.
Well, let's throw Hogan in. Let's see if Hogan can.
let's just throw the ball to Boobie Dixon and Frank Summers.
Yeah, that's a real great idea.
Yeah, are you dissing Boobie? Are you dissing my boy
he
Frank?
leapfrogged that guy once. Who
Oh, that was crazy.
He just jumped that guy.
I love those big running backs.
he only gained like an inch, but
yeah, it was still good though.
Yeah.
I love those running backs who are just super big and they just make these crazy athletic plays.
Yeah.
Like LeGarrette Blount.
Mm-hmm.
Like that guy, he will jump over anyone if he wants. He's crazy. I'm glad the Patriots don't have him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the Bills are 5-3. If the Bills can go 5-3 again, which I think could be pretty realistic, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I'm just looking at these games: Kansas City, Miami, Jets, Cleveland, Oakland. Those look like games that we could have a possibility of winning.
Yeah.
Being the Bills, I'm guessing we'll lose one of those games.
Yeah.
But those aren't the greatest teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then Denver, Green Bay, New England. Those will be the tough ones.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that hard to imagine the Bills going 4-4, 5-3 against those teams? I don't think it is. And if we can beat either Denver, Green Bay, or New England, I could definitely see the Bills getting a wild card this year.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the Patriots will win the division.
Yeah.
Just because it's the Patriots, they don't lose the division.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time they lost the division was.
It would be
Matt
awesome if
Castle.
they didn't, but.
It's the Patriots though.
Yeah.
They'll just, they don't mess with no failure.
Yeah.
They don't mess with no failure. So it'll definitely be interesting. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the second half of the season. I think the Bills have played really well, and the thing is that I cannot speak. The things that the Bills have done poorly are stuff that I've seen them fixing.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this game, I thought we cut down the mistakes. You know, we were one of the most penalized teams in the league.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers the last couple of weeks. And I think really we just did a good job of fixing that this week. So hopefully we can continue that and just not turn the ball over and force turnovers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. Do you want to go off the rails for the last little while?
Oh, I think we could just end there. Honestly.
We did go off the rails for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. I don't really know if I have anything else to go off the rails with.
Who plays tonight?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it's Dallas and Washington. Dallas. We have not talked about Dallas at all this season, which is weird because they are such a good football team.
Yeah, they're doing really good this year.
They've been great. I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
Tony Romo's having a great year. DeMarco Murray's the best running back in the league right now. He's already... If he doesn't have 1,000 yards, he's really close to 1,000 yards already.
Yeah.
Which is insane. He's the first running back to go the first 7 games with 100 yards or more. So, I mean, I think... That's a shout out to Evan right there. He does that.
Yeah. He does. I just texted him.
You better be listening to the show right now at Rite Aid.
I doubt it. I really doubt he's listening.
He better be listening to the show right now from YouTube.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Right now, in the future.
All right. Let's talk about Back to the Future. The third one. What was up with that? Come on. Are you kidding me?
I'm not even about to get started on this. This is just, I don't even want to talk about it. That's how
bad the third Back to the Future was for you? I mean, the first 2 movies were so good.
I've never fully watched that.
The third one?
Yeah, I have never made it through
you're not
the
missing
entire
anything.
movie.
You're not missing anything. Anyone who likes Back to the Future 3, I'm no longer friends with you. I mean, they just ruined that franchise with that.
I mean, we can all admit the second one's the best one, but...
I agree with you, actually. That might be an unpopular opinion.
Really? I would never say the first one's the best.
The first one's a good movie.
I like the second one the best.
All right, what about Indiana Jones and
I don't.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I just don't even like Indiana Jones, so.
Really?
I can't
Not at all.
I'll have a biased opinion.
You didn't even like Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No, I've never liked Indiana Jones.
Oh, man. You're really testing my friendship
I
here.
also really just don't like Steven Spielberg, so.
Oh, okay. Did you ever see the South Park episode about Indiana Jones?
No.
Oh, it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
I can't explain what him and George Lucas do to Indiana Jones on air.
Oh my god.
South Park.
It's just like Steven Spielberg has made one movie that I've ever liked, and it was Saving Private Ryan, and that's about it. Did he make Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's the other exception.
I think he's a little overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, what else?
I think a lot of people
E.T.?
think E.T. is like the best movie ever, and it's
E.T.
really
was
not
okay.
that good.
I don't know. I never really liked it that much. For some reason,
What else did he
I
don't
read
even
some sort
remember
of
what else he
journal
made.
I used to have when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I thought that E.T. was the scariest movie. At that point, I'm like, okay, that's not really a scary movie.
No. It's okay. I tried in 4th grade. I tried getting away with telling. We had to write like what our biggest fear was, and I told her mine was chocolate pudding. She didn't buy it. She made me write a new one, so I lied and said I was afraid of sharks.
So were you actually afraid of chocolate pudding?
No. But I wasn't afraid of sharks either.
Are you afraid of anything?
Giant sea monsters. Just giant monsters in general. Like I watch horror movies all the time and none of them freak me out, but like if there's a giant monster in it,
So
I
like
get scared.
Godzilla is just like really terrifying.
I haven't even watched the new one yet, but like
Neither have I.
I think it's because like when I was younger, I was exposed to the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie.
Which is not known to be a very good movie.
No, but like that scared me because I just hate thinking that there is a monster that big. Like just imagine how terrifying it is to think like of a creature that is big enough to take down skyscrapers, and it's also indestructible. Like you can shoot a nuke at it, and it's just like, oh, I'm fine.
That's a good point. Like I'm not really afraid of zombies at this point anymore because I've been watching The Walking Dead for long enough that like
they
that
make
doesn't
it
freak
seem
me
pretty
out.
easy to kill them. So
Yeah, and I really need to watch The Walking Dead this week. I missed it. I had a fantasy basketball draft.
oh my god, it was so good.
We'll have to talk about that later.
I don't
in the
want.
week.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, for me or for any of our listeners. Shout out to the listeners this week and every week. We love you.
I don't know why I'm putting my hand up and like
Everyone who's listening to this show now, like us on Facebook, please. We have 12 likes on Facebook. Let's get that number up. Come on, please. We
Yeah.
beg you. Just look up Hilbert Hawk Sports Radio. That's spelled exactly how you think it's spelled. That's all you need to do. Just press the like button, and we're good. And actually, in the next couple weeks, we're going to be posting some more stuff on our Facebook page. You'll get some behind-the-scenes pictures. You'll get some promotional pictures. Who knows? Maybe we'll start like posting funny things. I don't even know. The possibilities are endless. So you need to go and like that page right now. We also have a Twitter account. You can follow that at
you can find us on Tinder. That's a joke. You can't find us on Tinder.
How do you think the hawk would do on there? Just the picture of the hawk. We should do that and report back.
Yeah.
For real.
Just like, let's all go on. Like, well, Evan's got a girlfriend. Let's just make like a character.
Yeah, there's some weird people out there. That might work.
Yeah. Like, just make a fake person. Like Trillard Fillmore.
That's a funny Twitter account. You should follow that.
Follow Trillard Fillmore. At Trillard Fillmore.
With no E at
Twitter.
the end.
Yeah.
Which throws you off, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, if you put
Could
the
it just
word...
like not fit?
Maybe. Because there's a limit. Because when we were making the Twitter page, which I actually don't remember the handle for that.
Yeah.
We'll put that in the description for everyone. But, yeah, it cuts you off after a couple characters. Well, not a couple, but, you know, after you have too many.
Yeah.
You can't just have a 2-character Twitter handle.
I'm watching another Snapchat that has sound. Oh.
Go look up the vine and potato.
That was someone's Snapchat story too. That same stupid Snapchat video that was sent to me. Like they're just promoting some Vine video.
I don't really like Vine too much, honestly. I don't get it. Because here's the point with Vine. It's what is it, 7-second videos? Literally, you can watch the best Vines on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I always like look up like best Vines and just watch that on YouTube.
That's what I do. Because it's too much to keep track
It's
of all
like
this
2
social
hours
media.
of just entertainment.
Yeah, usually. But then you get the repeats, but whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was we spent like 15 minutes talking about random stuff.
We still got 15 more minutes.
I know. I don't know what to talk about.
Well, I got this Arnold Palmer here. It's a pretty solid drink. Shout out to Arnold Palmer for making
Arnie Parmy.
What movie is that from?
I have no idea. I didn't know it was from a movie.
It's from a movie.
I'm
Arnie
saying
Palmer.
things.
Oh man, what is that movie? It's a comedy. Oh, that's what it's from. The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have some. It's the weird guy with the beard.
Yeah.
He was on some sort of show for a couple. He was on some sort of show a couple years ago. He's got a beard. He said like, "Oh, you guys want some Arnie Palmy?"
Yeah, something weird.
That's a funny movie.
It
The Other
is.
Guys. Dirty Mike and the Boys. Classic
my
scene.
God.
I love that scene so much.
Thanks for letting us use your
Prius.
car. That is. They're from. What is it from?
Thanks from Dirty Mike and the Boys. Let's start a band called Dirty Mike and the Boys.
Let's not. I feel like people will take that the wrong way. Ooh, let's go back into that. Let's talk about weird band names like
Weird
that.
band names, yeah, that's a good idea. Kyle Orton and the Dan Carpenters.
Dan and the Carpenters.
Ooh. Someone should Photoshop a picture of Dan Carpenter on a Carpenter CD.
Sammy Watkins and the dreads that mean business.
Sammy Watkins and the unbelievable hands and feet.
Kyle Orton and his mustache. That's it.
And he doesn't even have a mustache anymore.
He should get another one.
Yeah, he should bring the mustache back. Oh, you're bringing the mustache back, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm growing a
You're growing
mustache.
one. I've never really tried to grow a mustache. I've tried growing a beard last year. Didn't really work out that well.
I mean, some people they can do it, some people can't. You know, it's just not your time.
Like I'm pretty decent at growing facial hair, but only if it's like heavy stubble, I guess, not like a beard. Let's talk about facial hair. Let's not.
I'm telling someone to love me tender. What a weird phrase. Love me tender.
Stop. Stop.
Yeah, love me tender.
Stop it. No, that's not okay, Jeremy. That is not okay.
I don't. But what's
You're
not okay
listening
about
to sports. You ever listen to NPR?
Sports.
Did you ever-
Sports.
Did you ever listen to NPR? They always talk very silently, but really close to the microphone, and it's sort of unsettling. It's just kind of weird.
In other news, Martha's new sweater store has opened on 56 Main Street.
You have a really good NPR voice.
We want to talk a little bit about the that new candy shop down on
On
down on
32nd?
32nd Street and Brooklyn Avenue.
Oh, yes. They have some good bonbons.
I think my favorite cookie they have there is the it's called the Lemon Delight.
Oh,
It's
lovely.
absolutely delightful.
I would imagine.
I like to eat it with my chai tea, which they also have there. It's quite relaxing because the setting is
You're a little bit too good at this, Jeremy. Have you done this before?
the setting is it's delightful because what it is they have like the nice like hardwood floor that kind of looks like a little worn out, and There's lots of spiral staircases. They have a lounge area, though, with a fireplace. And
Sports.
you don't even have to bring your own sweater. They give you one.
They provide the sweaters.
They give you one.
They provide the sweaters.
Yeah, they're knitted with,
Crocheted?
Well, no, they're knitted.
Oh, okay.
Please. They're knitted with Afghan blankets that were used in the War of 1812. So there's that authentic feel of just American history, you know. They have the original American flag hanging above the fireplace.
Really? Now, is this a traditional wood fireplace? Or
Well-
are they using natural gas?
No, well, it's funny you ask, because it's actually real firewood that they cut in the back.
Really?
Yeah, they find it in the oak trees that they keep in the back. Did you know that the ash tree is the most beautiful tree in the woods?
Well, I think that's just an opinion, but
Well-
you're entitled to that.
Well, the story behind it is that when the ash tree was created,
Oh my god.
the story behind the ash tree is that when the ash tree was created, it was actually the other trees in the forest were jealous because of how beautiful it was.
Wow. You learn
And,
the more you know.
And when winter came around, and all of the trees lost its leaves, they realized that the ash tree had these black buds on the ends of the branches, and the other trees laughed at it because they thought, "Oh, how silly! The ash tree dips its fingers in ash. Why would it do such a thing?" And they realized that although the ash tree, the most beautiful, they did not have to be jealous anymore, because in the winter, when it lost all of its leaves, they realized that underneath the beauty was a dark past.
Sports. Well,
Have you checked out the new sweater shop on 42nd and Elm?
oh, that sweater shop with the
There's on the window, there's the poster with Elijah Wood, and he's
with Wilfred.
well, no, he's walking through a forest, and he's got the sweater on. Not a forest. It's more of a field, like a cornfield, and you can tell that the sweater is definitely fresh linen. But what they do is underneath it, they stitch a layer of silk. And they use like authentic silk. So it's I mean, it's a little pricey, but it's affordable for the average middle class white American.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to talk a little bit about Christmas, because NPR loves Christmas.
And this year on NPR's Sports, we're actually going to talk about the nicest Christmas cookies you can make. You know those cookies that come in the tins?
Well, any cookie can come in a tin.
Well, there's these cookies that you can buy out
Oh,
at
sounds delightful.
your local grocery store or your
Absolutely
farmer's
splendid.
market. If most people are more about the farmer's markets these days, you know. So you can buy these cookies. They're in a tin. And they have these little specks of sugar. And these cookies, I'm telling you, they the bomb, you know what I'm saying? And they're just such a wonderful and delightful treat, you know what I mean?
NPR is sponsored by
Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. If you're not drinking Mountain Dew, you're not drinking anything.
Red Bull. It literally gives you wings.
Playing World of Warcraft? Grab a Game Fuel, Mountain Dew, and also get a box of Doritos, because they come in boxes now.
Cheetos. Taste the cheese.
This segment of NPR, National Public Radio, has been brought to you by Sesame Street. If you're not watching Sesame Street...
It's me, Elmo.
Do you love Elmer this much? Or do you love Elmer this much?
Okay.
Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun.
It's me, Kermit. Also, Ray Romano's here. It's the same impression. Alright, let's go back to NPR. NPR presents...
Have you been to the orchestra lately? It's absolutely decadent.
Sports.
Sports on NPR, where we talk about all your favorite sports. Cricket, highlight,
Water polo.
football,
Football.
Feliz cumpleaños.
What does that mean?
Happy birthday in Spanish? Alright, now we're... International radio.
Hola. That means hello.
Assalamu alaikum, kayfa har.
What is that? Oh, is that Arabic?
That's Arabic.
What's that mean?
I said, greetings, how are you?
That's really cool that you can speak Arabic. Like, yeah, that's a good language to speak, I think. Because not a whole lot of people speak it. Well, at least in America, you know.
Mm-hmm.
More people should. It's interesting. NPR. Brought to you by... NPR. Brought to you by... I don't know. What is it brought to you by? What would be like the weirdest NPR sponsor?
Cheetos. Because I don't think anybody's endorsed by Cheetos.
Cheetos, the official chips. Are they? What do you even
What
call
are
them?
they? They're just Cheetos. Corn puffs?
Yeah, that's...
Do you think they can hear us headbutting our mics? Ah, you can hear that.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of sound.
Yeah.
NPR. Brought to you by...
Brought to you by Skechers. Freedom for your feet. Now introducing Skechers V-Straps. If you didn't like tying your shoes before, well now you don't have to with Skechers V-Straps.
Next on NPR, we're talking... dinosaurs!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, the time is now 6:27, and we're gonna come up to the close here on NPR Talk Radio. It's been a wonderful night, haven't it? Haven't it? What does that mean? Oh, you're just ignoring me. Okay, that's cool.
I'm Snapchatting right now. I can't talk to you.
So Tom Brady wears yoga pants. Tom Brady.
He sits down when he pees.
He does. He wears yoga pants.
And Uggs.
And he probably listens to a lot of Bon Jovi.
Ugh. I think that's about it. We should probably just end it there.
Yeah. On that note, well, thank you for listening to...
Go, go, Power Rangers. Do, 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 do. It's our new theme song. Not really. That's totally copywritten. I'm Jeremy Sportout.
I'm Connor Curse, and this has been a weird one, but we've also talked some good sports tonight.
And I think you should check out the sweater shop down on 42nd and Elm. It's absolutely decadent.
All right, well, since the Bills since the Bills are on bye next week, we'll probably just do a recorded show. I'm thinking that sounds better to me. That way we can make it work with Evan.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out somehow. And then everyone, just follow us on social media. If you aren't already, I don't know why you're not, but you should do that. That's the thing you should do. Remember, other than maybe next Monday, we're streaming from 5 to 7 every Monday here on Hawk Radio. And Jeremy is rubbing his nose against a microphone. That cannot be sanitary.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, and really shout out to you if you're listening. For real. Okay, yeah, bye. That was such a weird way to end the show. I'm still on, so.
Yep.
We'll go out to a quick song, I guess. I'll just find it for y'all. Thanks for listening. Well, that was a good time.